Are back with another fabulous edition of Blavo, Blavo, Blavo. We are for the culture. We are here to gather and discuss our favorite pop culture and reality shows with a Black lens, sharing our opinions, giving you some hilarious commentary, and some various thoughts between me and my fabulous co host. My name is Meagan Dawnavette, and to my right and their right are my co hosts. I'm going to pass it over to Elle. Introduce
Hi,
yourself.
everyone. It's Elle. So excited to be with you guys this evening for our second Bravo show that we are reviewing, Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. I am by day a change maven and by night a Bravo head. So excited to be here with you guys. And I will pass it over to Candace. Mother.
Hello, everyone. It's Candace, a true reality person. Love to watch all the shows on all the different channels, but love that Bravo. And let's get into this summer house.
Yes, Summer House, and we are talking Martha's Vineyard Edition, which is a show with a very black cast on the Bravo's network. It's a brand new show. It's like a spinoff of the Summer House traditional series that airs on Bravo with a more white casts. And this Summer House, as you know, is in Martha's Vineyard. We are on episode 3 and 4. So we're going to condense those two together. We're going to talk about them today. And we're going to kick it off with our show highlights of episode 3 and 4. What are some of the things that we are checking out, we are loving? What are we feeling on our summer house radar, ladies? Anybody?
Yeah, so I feel like this is picking up, right?
Okay.
I'm loving the chemistry that we're finding, right, with the cast. They seem like they're really bonding. There's a lot of little messy drama with Jasmine. So I don't think any of Jasmine's friends really like her. I don't really like her either. So who can blame them? Um, I've noticed the guys are bonding more, which is cool. It seems like that always happens, right? The guys end up, bonding, and the girls end up with the little petty drama. But I'm liking where it's going. They cut my fave. I really like Mariah. They cut her. So I got to find somebody new in the cast that I like. Candace, what do you think?
Um, Same. We said I think the last time that Phil had to go, and that is just what happened. Phil did not even get a chance to unpack his bags. His bags not even make it up the steps. Kick that brother out. See ya, Phil. But I too was sad to see Mariah go.
Yeah.
I think she was unfairly let go. I don't know if we want to go deeper on it, but I think there was a big difference between Phil and Mariah. The main thing was that Mariah was remorseful. I think that she was sorry. I think that perhaps there could have been a conversation. I don't really think she put her hands on the girl, but whatever. She got voted off. We can go deeper if we want, but and maybe I do want to go deeper, so I'll save a thought on that.
Yeah.
But it was a highlight. Someone that we were connecting with got kicked off. Moving on, I guess a little bit with number episode 4. Also got 2 new characters. So there's a big switch that happened here with episode 3 and 4. So definitely highlights. Can't say that the new characters are my faves yet. We just got them very briefly. And let's see what else. I'm looking at my notes here. Continue on with control. With this episode, well, episode 4, I think we were really confronted with Silas's control, like very direct in his face, which needed to happen. Those are my highlights.
I think I would echo the Silas. Everybody realizing that Silas has control issues be one of my number one highlights, because it's starting to unravel in the house. It's tension in the house. It kicks off at the top of episode 4. And then Silas is often given his polarizing opinions on how he would handle things in interpersonal relationships, especially with women, and how he prefers relationships to go. which I'm all about. Is I'm very opinionated, but you're in a house with a bunch of strangers, so got to kind of tone that down a little bit. Not everybody's ready to hear how you feel about everything. And I love that he's coming head to head with Bria because everyone loves to hate Bria. I kind of still like Bria, but she's high key annoying this episode, or episode 4, which is a continuation from episode 3. The highlight to me was when they came to head at the end of episode 4, and Bria threatens to try to leave because she says nobody respects her white king, and then she
Yes.
tries to call Silas a racist. I laughed because a black person can never be racist, 1. And 2, they tried to gaslight this black man and make him like be all apologetic using all these like terminology that you would like a young white man would, that's trying to be woke. Like, I have white friends. Silas did a whole spiel. I'm on the front lines with Latinos and the whites. I was like,
He
are
was
you really doing
offended,
this right now?
honey. He was offended.
He was so all in his feelings, all defensive. Like, in 2023, are you really doing this? Thou doth protest too much. Just say it would be cool if your man didn't have to stay for the whole rest of the trip, and if you would have like a conversation. They just blew this way up because Silas is a jerk. That's really what it boils down to. And Bria is what's the word? Entitled. So so the two of them coming together was quite
Ooh, yeah. She's super entitled.
quite hilarious. But I think we all better buckle up because I don't think she's going anywhere. And I think that her white king is coming, honey. And we're gonna have to sit through what that looks like in the house amongst everyone. I think it's gonna be interesting. Again,
Well, we
I'm
know
Team
he's
Brie.
coming.
So.
We know he's coming. We've seen it, on the previews.
I'm
No,
here
he's-
for it. I'm here for the white king.
I know one thing. I'm tired of couple.
White king. I'm here for the storyline. It's gonna be hilarious. That's what I mean.
I know one thing. I'm tired of. I'm tired of hearing this couple have sex, like all the sex noises.
You're already bored?
Just saying that, I'm like, I'm with Bria. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to hear y'all having sex every night.
Well, Bria said she admitted she's just jealous.
I think they all are. And I actually think maybe the viewers are a little not jealous, but we want a little bit more too. I think the lack of hookups otherwise in the house, we're now so heavily as far as the sex and the yeah, it's only on the married couple because
Right,
nobody
true.
else is hooking up to our
Right.
knowledge. I mean, we had a little boob action from Shanice, I think in episode 3, I think. But otherwise, we have no romance. We have no yeah.
Yeah. And that's really not the trend of Summer House. You see a lot of that, as we talked about before. So
Yeah.
either they're going to bring in some more lovers, or it's going to get spicier in the next few weeks. The 2 new characters that were brought in that y'all mentioned, their names were what now?
Jason.
I think it's Jason and Summer.
Yeah.
Okay. Jason and Summer didn't give me anything worth remembering. Jason tried to be real jovial, and Summer was frustrated about her sorority not being acknowledged at the flip cup game. That was about all I got. I actually preferred the other guys last week. Jason, not Jason, the one Phil. Phil was way more fun. Way more entertaining than those 2 combined. But Phil couldn't stay. So
Yeah,
I think
Phil-
pretty much were the highlights.
Actually, I think we would have gotten a hookup had Phil and Mariah stayed, because it seemed like they had, some chemistry going.
True.
So we probably would have gotten that hookup.
That's very true. My O was, does anyone else think that there's a chemistry between the one that I think is gay, but not, if he's not, then him and Jordan, the one that has all the pants and the secret girlfriend, the gentleman?
No.
I think there's
the chemistry is with Alex, the tall, meditating guy, and Jordan.
I don't think she likes him.
Wait, which one's Jordan again?
Yeah, I know, right? I think she's
Jordan is the playmate of the year, Jordan.
Oh,
The one
okay,
Amir's
yeah,
always trying to get in her
yeah,
face. Amir's always in her face. I don't
yeah,
think she likes him either.
I don't
yeah,
think she likes Amir like that. I think she
Right.
is more interested in Alex.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we know she.
I would like her with. I think her and Amir would be cute together. Because I think Amir's cute. So I think her and Amir would be cute. I think Alex just gives me this like asshole kind of vibe, right? Like he just wants too much of women. It would be interesting though, because I think they're gonna have it where he hooks up with that girl Summer.
Mm.
That what we saw. I think we're gonna see that in the preview where he hooks up with Summer. And
Now, the week before episode 3, I thought he was gonna hook up with Shanice, but that didn't work
yeah,
out.
but then he was throwing shade at Shanice, talking about, oh, she's drama and this.
Yeah.
Like, what was
He
that
was
about? Like, why do you
he was
care,
a little.
sir, if she why do you care, sir, that she had drama with her ex-man? Come on. He's too much. I'm not feeling Alex.
I think Alex knows that he's a looker, he's tall.
Yeah,
He is accustomed to women, perhaps throwing themselves at him. He knows he's a catch, maybe, and
Mhm.
he's letting it be known that I am not here for the drama. I don't do drama, girls. And there has been some drama with Shanice. Because I mean, it really
Mm.
was, she was maybe a little touchy feely with him, and he's like, "Oh no, you have crossed into my boundaries. Do not touch me."
yeah, which is weird, right? Like, what guy does that?
He has his
Alex.
eye on Jordan. He has his eye on Jordan.
Yeah, I think he likes Jordan, but he's just a little too stuffy, I think, for Jordan.
There seemed to be a connection when they went into the like the guest house
Mhm.
in episode 4, and they're blowing up the pool balloons and different things. There seemed to be a little connection there when they were chit chatting.
Yeah,
Hmm.
there was some flirtation. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thought it was with she and Nick, honey. I must have missed all that. And I don't think Nick even really was feeling it, but I thought they were vibing. I did.
Okay, so Nick has a girlfriend though.
He does. Now, what do y'all think about the
Yes,
fact
Nick
that
has
not only
taken
did he
himself
hide
out of the
her,
game.
Yeah.
but she chose to be hidden? Not she chose, but like, would you be okay with your man being on a national platform and messaging other women? That to me, the emojis were very flirtatious. Sorry.
I
Hot, heart,
do
heart, fire emoji.
I think he's being a typical man trying to see if he can holler. Um, yeah, seeing if he can get a hookup, on the show and who's gonna
You
bite.
don't find that scenario odd? So you're okay with the closeted girlfriend for years?
Does
Mm.
he really have a girlfriend? Because why did his frat brother not know he had a girlfriend?
Oh, he knew.
One of
Alex knew.
He said that he knew he
Well,
was dating
yeah.
Alex
a person.
knew that he was dating the girl. Alex did
Right.
not know how serious they were.
That's what
I
I'm
can
saying.
see that
So is that really a
absolutely being
girlfriend?
true. I think so. Yes, he has been dating that woman for a year and a
Yeah.
half. I think, hey, I auditioned for this show. I don't quite know what my role is gonna be. I could be the playboy guy. I don't want to mess that up. People go onto these shows playing a role, right? And
Yeah.
and and especially with a show that's supposed to be hookups. There's this
Yeah,
intent that there's going to be a hookup. Hey babe, I really want to go on this show. You know what it is. I'm pretty sure they had a conversation.
yeah,
And maybe they even in their own relationship, are we ready to go public yet? Maybe there was a little shoulder or a hand that maybe they were showing on IG, but maybe they hadn't been public yet. But he is about to be thrown into the public and be a public person, which
Oh
could
yeah.
also push our relationship. So are we now going to be exclusively, let me go on this show, fill it out, see what role I'm playing? He sees the girls. He's not interested. They're not interested in him. And now he's like, you know what? Shh, one of these FaceTimes, hey boo, I ain't feeling these chicks, they ain't feeling me. I'm about to tell the world we together. I see it happening. I could see it playing out that if he was, kind of with a hookup with a person, the girlfriend could have been okay with that as well. He says the intent was only for it to be friendships anyway, which to me says, hey, if I fuck around with somebody within these 15 days, hey, baby, you know it's not love. I did it for the show.
A hookup. Yeah.
You're
It's a
doing it
hookup
for
for the
ratings.
show. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I mean, I thought it was more of a a casual thing. He was trying to see where he could bait somebody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I took it too.
Yeah, I'm not too upset about Nick with the hidden girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's happened. I've moved on from it.
Yeah. And his girlfriend was pretty. She's a pretty girl. I thought she was cute.
Yeah. I thought that was a little odd. But here, these were great points. So in the Let's Go Deeper segment, is there anything else we want to cover? Any other topics? I think we hit a couple.
I wanted to circle back to the Mariah getting kicked out.
Yes. Let's
Okay.
talk.
Because again, I did not think it fair, or I didn't want to see her go. And I think the lack of support from Jordan, I was interested in, because I really felt like Jordan kind of blew it out of proportion. Did Mariah, place the towel or the dog stuff, on Bria, but it was not this laying hands and this heavy shove that I felt like Jordan made it out to be at the club that night. Because if it was really that physical, and that it was so many people there, that I feel like it would have been handled then. If it was like this true, you laid hands on Bria.
Yeah.
Yes. She got into a personal boundary, but it was here, take your dog stuff. It was forceful, maybe, but I don't think it was a laying of hands. And however you characterize it, when Mariah and Jasmine talked, she was like, you know what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it that way. And if she was remorseful, I think that there could have been a coming back from that. But then Jordan is like, she got to go. I just think that there's something with Jordan and Jasmine's relationship where Jordan didn't really like Mariah anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe, people have like, well, she's really my best friend, or I've known her longer. I think it was a little bit of that. And Jordan, it was just an excuse for Jordan to get Mariah out of there. And I didn't like it.
Yeah, she wasn't a part of the crew, right? So it sounds like they have their little crew from the Playboy bar. She's not a part of that little crew. She's really Jasmine's friend from college, right? So she was kind of the odd duck out. That's what it seemed like to me. Yeah, I think I didn't like how that went down either. Phil, yeah, you get rid of him. I mean, he he was pretty terrible, but I didn't like how they did Mariah. I didn't like how they did our girl Mariah.
Yeah.
Well, she's Black History now. And
Yeah,
now we got two new
Hillary
girls.
girl that's replacing her. They're saying that she's like Hillary. What's her name?
Hillary Banks.
No,
And
I'm
then
saying what's her real name? The girl that acts like Hillary.
Summer.
Okay. I'm
Oh.
feeling Summer, so she wasn't a good replacement for Mariah.
No.
I'm not really interested
have
in
these replacements on standby like that. Dawnavette, do they usually have these replacements on standby like that?
Well, I would assume so, because we always have one ready to go.
Okay.
So I guess production just knows someone, or they have the friend, like a friend of, that they know that they could call.
They can call real quick.
Because you usually have to be invited to the summer house.
So they kick them.
Yeah,
they kick people out. They do kick people
They
out.
have before. They have, but it doesn't happen often. Usually people leave at Summer House. They just voluntarily want to go.
They just bounce. Okay.
But this one was interesting because the two were really disruptive. Not really, but they made their roommates uncomfortable. So yeah, my
Guys,
let's go deeper is only. Oh, say it again.
as you can tell, Bria's a part of the clique because I'm trying to figure out why they wanted Bria to stay.
Man, Bria's good TV. You can't get rid of Phil and Bria. This show would be unbearable.
Oh boy.
Bria's great TV. I'm looking forward to the Let's Go Deeper moments with she and the White King. The only other Let's Go Deeper I had was just with Silas and his girl, well, his wife, excuse me. She's not his girl. They're married. I feel like kind of pushes her to get on his side. And I guess they use that veil like, oh, we're married, so we have to be, we're one. But your man is kind of like condescending when he talks to women in your presence, and you don't really do anything. And I thought it's interesting how we leave the end of episode 4 and he's screaming right back and forth with Bria. Bria's wrong too now, she's definitely wrong. But he's antagonizing her. He didn't have to go back up to her room to ask her really. It was a slick manipulative move because the gag is he called her manipulative, very narcissistic almost. But he doubled back to transfer energy. She had shut it down, but she walked away from him earlier and then closed herself off, which probably wasn't the most mature thing to do, but it definitely deaded the argument. For him to get up from that party, to keep kicking some more dirt up, because he was mad that she got the best of him at the pool. Remember when she told him that he was racist? He was still stewing about that. He got back up and went upstairs to knock on her door. He played it off like he cared, and then within 5 minutes, he had flipped it on her like, "You're manipulative. You're a punk." I'm like, oh, he reminds me of so many other men that I know. And I can't stand when they play that game because it's like pushing your buttons as a woman, like, you just want to scream. So I'm ready for somebody to pull him out, like pull his card. He's annoying. So annoying.
That whole confrontation came out, it almost came off like a spoiled teenager versus daddy. Like it was so weird, Like Silas, I'm with you. Silas has a lot of, I don't want to say toxic male and energy, but yeah, he does. I mean, even that guy Nick got on him about what he said about his wife with the drinks and and just being too overbearing, with his wife. But I mean, that's their business. Obviously she likes it, so we love it. But
for the time being,
he is very overbearing. Doesn't surprise me. May come from, I know he's from Liberia, right? So it could be, the way that he grew up, that, he acts that way. But yeah, he's a lot. Silas is a lot. And again, Jasmine is not likable. So, so I get it. I mean, sometimes I'm like, 'cause it didn't sound, Jasmine was homeless, so it didn't, she clearly doesn't have her life together at all, and it sounds like he's trying to organize her, I guess, but
because he won't stop broadcasting it. He tells anyone to listen that basically she's financially illiterate and he's saving her ass. And I think that that's kind of annoying too. Like, okay, one and done. You could have told production and the offside. That's one of the things, it makes us work. I like to manage the finances. No, not him. She's basically an idiot. It wasn't for me. We'd be homeless again. So I have to manage all the finances. I have to manage everything. I have to control all the money. Me. Wow, wow, wow. Jeez. And then she's caping for him at the end of the episode. She's like running up the steps to watch her man argue with another woman, talking about something. I'm gonna ride for mine. Ma'am, I'd be mortified. I would be so mortified. Your man is screaming and hollering at Bria with the dog and her white cane. Take your ass back downstairs and finish playing Scrabble, please. We were playing a game.
Yeah, and great point about him going upstairs. And flipping it, because it came across as, oh, I'm going to apologize to her. And once he got up those steps in the room with Bria, and Bria breathed, but he flipped it and there was no longer an apology. I loved the call out from Nick. I like Nick in this role now. I'm a partnered person. I have a lady, man to man. Let's go deeper and talk about your issues around women, relationship, and being controlling. I think he uses the term controlling.
Did use the term controlling.
And I thought it was a great moment with Nick and he at the pool. They were playing the beer pong, and Silas didn't have an answer, So Nick just called him out on his shit and was like, dude, your woman, while she may have had a moment in time where she was homeless and whatever, but up into these 30 plus years, she's made it, brother. And she's made it alongside these women. Sure, she had a moment, but they flipped that hard time into some type of TV or YouTube blog, or made it some sort of creative. Hey, she flipped it. She's probably the spearhead of getting, Martha's Vineyard onto Bravo. I'm pretty sure Jasmine was very heavy in that. So she's not just some bum. She is an independent woman who has gotten through life this far to you. Surely you can trust her now with you, sir. Cut the shit. I love that and needed to be said. So kudos to Nick. Silas, you're controlling. And I do, whether it's his, African upbringing, whether it's his time around the military or reserve that he's been in.
His military, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So there's perhaps some cause of it, but brother, check it. And I really like to see another Black man, kind of check him on it with some reason. I thought it was a great moment.
Yeah, agree. Yeah.
And I like to see Nick in that. I thought Nick did well with it. I thought
he's tactful too. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I thought he was very cool.
My one last ask on Let's Go Deeper: was anyone moved when Amir started crying in the kitchen randomly, talking about family? Anybody find it a little odd?
This is what I will say that I do appreciate about Amir. Because sometimes I feel like I'm that Black person that is the oddball sometimes. So I appreciate that Amir is feeling good about identifying, right, with other people that look like him and finding his tribe, because I think that's very important, because we're not a monolith. There are several different, types of people that look like us, right? And I think that it's great that he's found a tribe, and that was very moving, for him to find some people that he can relate to.
That was nice, Pat. That was good. See, I watched him and I wasn't moved, and I was like, okay, I like Amir.
Yeah, I wasn't moved. Because it was not for me. But I do think it was a good moment. I think there are some people in the audience that it did touch with. Yeah. And so I it was cool. It was cool. I took a note on it. I was like, Amir's Blackness. That's what my note.
Maybe that's why. Like the Dr. Umar and me was watching, and I was like,
take your Dr. Umar hat off. It wasn't
pull
for
your
you.
pants up, man.
Yeah, it was for some other people.
Take your shirt up, man.
It was for some other people, and I think it was important that, I'm glad they showed that. I am.
And then you got to think about it too. Amir's, I think, mother is Lebanese, right? And his father apparently was never a part of his life. So he's never, I don't even think he probably even knew his Black family. So this is really kind of his first experience. It sounds like, having a tribe of people that look like him. And he doesn't, I mean, he obviously he's mixed, but he looks black. He doesn't look, you know what I mean? Like he's Arab. He looks black. So yeah, I think he appreciated that.
Well, anything else to go deeper with, ladies, on these last two episodes? We're going to move on to the fashions or lack thereof. Because, Summer House
Yeah.
really doesn't bring fashions.
Yeah,
Yeah. No fashions. Nothing. These people give nothing.
No, they don't even leave the house anymore. We've got 2 episodes we're discussing. They left the house once, I think, in the grocery store.
Yeah,
So they went fishing.
yeah, they went
They
fishing.
went to a restaurant. They went to one restaurant, and then I know
Right.
they went to like the grocery store to get. Oh, they went bowling. I'm sorry, they did 3 things. They went bowling, the restaurant to eat dinner, and then they went and got groceries for a party when Amir cooked. He
Well,
cooked.
they went to the club.
Oh, they did go to the club too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
that
had
was horrific. Yeah.
And then they had that whole ceremony where they shaded our girl Mariah.
Yeah. Well, that was at the house though.
Oh yeah, that was at the
Yeah.
house. Yeah, that was at the house. Yeah. They don't.
So, final thoughts on where we stand with Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, ladies.
Oh
We're
wait,
4
I want to
episodes
go back to
in.
shady moments. So let me ask
Okay.
you a question. They made a comment, right? And they said that Black people don't eat macaroni and cheese with breadcrumbs. Have y'all ever seen somebody put breadcrumbs on macaroni and cheese? I'm just curious.
They weren't Black.
Okay.
I have, but they weren't Black.
I've heard it. I know that it has happened, but no, I
You've never heard of breadcrumbs and macaroni and cheese, Elle?
No, I've seen it before.
In a
But it's
Black
on
home?
store-bought macaroni and cheese or like, restaurant macaroni and cheese. Yeah.
yeah. The concept was not foreign to me. I had heard it. I've never even had some, but yeah, I do not recognize that as like Black folks macaroni and cheese. No.
Yeah.
We are
usually like
not
ours.
topping our. Yeah, we don't have the Ritz crackers on ours.
No, we don't need it crunching. We don't need to crunch with our macaroni. We don't need any crunchy toppings.
I would like to touch on Bria and
Mhm.
and her mate, because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of her even with the FaceTimes. Like Simon is kind of this integral character that we have to put up with while he's not even there. Like I think every episode we have seen her on the phone several times with Simon. And
Yeah.
I'm not interested. So I can see not being interested for a full week when he gets here.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, a 13-hour flight, girl, that ain't the end of the flight. It's such a long flight in Germany, and it's 13 hours.
That's what I said
So
too.
what? Yeah, so I don't think that he should. I think there's a fair point of, hey, he is not a part of this show. He is not a part of the cast, and he should not be here for a week. They're only there for 15 days. So why should he come in for 8 days and now everybody else has to put up with him? We're putting up with Milo. He's cute, but sis, that's enough. If he wanted to be cast, he would have been cast.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's fair. And again, I'm not interested. Now, it looks like in the preview that one of the other ladies is going to push up on him. So maybe that's going to give us the energy that we need.
Yes.
But that would have needed to happen, because otherwise, why is your white king here? This is Martha's Vineyard.
So I'm with you on the plane. Like I was thinking the same thing when she kept talking about it's 13 hours. He's coming from Germany. I'm like, you act like people do not get on a doggone flight to go to Europe all the time. People go there weekly. I'll wait. Come on. So that got on my nerves. But hopefully he'll come to kick up some drama. Bria is bringing it, so we'll give her that. So we'll see.
Well, I'm not here for the White King, but I love me some Bria. I really do. I even like the way that she commandeered the Lowrys. Well, I didn't like the Lowrys, but I thought it was hilarious that she came in and squeezed the lemon and then dumped all the Lowrys on it, and Amir lost his whole mind. His whole little head exploded. He's like, it already has seasoning. He's so upset. She ruined it though. She killed it. You should have at least asked, have we used the Lowry? She
Did
had
y'all
me with
did y'all hear her try to make a reference to his penis size?
oh, the White King has like a big penis. I was like, girl, bye.
I was like, why was she okay?
Attention. Attention. Even the whole flowers, the whole scene of the flowers delivery was performative. He had to
Yeah.
watch you get delivered, watch you open the door, watch you open the flowers, watch you put the flowers together. Then you got to FaceTime, baby, and then you got to call him. Ma'am, it's a
But
lot.
I think it's just indicative of the cast. They're not giving enough with each other. We need some
Mhm.
hookups. We need something else. I'm sorry. It is dry. If we have to watch Bria talk to a man, black or white, who's not even there,
Yeah.
what are the other characters of the show giving? And it's not enough. It is not enough. I'm sorry, I'm tuned in every week. I'm watching, but it's a little dry. Like I have very small notes.
Yeah, I have
Mm.
all notes too. Yeah. I think this is more entertaining to me than Real Housewives. Because it's like petty, little stuff going on, right? So this was more entertaining to me. But yeah, they need to bring in. I do want to see a little bit more, hookups and people getting together. I just don't think these people have any chemistry, at all
Mhm.
between, each other. And the people that did have chemistry, they got rid of them. So
Very true.
Like they're going to bed at 11:30 every
yeah.
night. This is a snooze fest. Where is the karaoke? They had some games, the toga party, snooze, snooze, snooze fest. Is somebody jumping in the
Yeah.
pool naked? Give me something.
You know what though?
I
You know what it is? The guys are lame. So I think that's kind of what's going on, right? Like the girls, I think, are party girls, and I think they hit the nail on the head because they picked like attractive girls that are party girls. I think those girls, had they had some, guys with a little bit more flavor, they would have been down. It's just the guys are so whack that it's like nobody
They'd
wants to.
rather not. Yeah.
They don't want to hook up with them. Oh, I know one thing that I meant to say. Did y'all notice that the girl Jordan said she has an Omega tattoo?
We saw it.
I'm like, why does she have an Omega tattoo? And then
Her
she tried to put on
explanation
her
was she has
neck.
Omegas in her family. So she got their names tatted on either side. This is
Right.
also the
Daddy and her
woman.
granddaddy.
I was like, ma'am.
I'm like, ain't no way in hell I'm about to get a tattoo with my daddy and my granddaddy's name on it.
I know they ate her up in college. They ate her up.
And
Ate
an
her
Omega
up.
tattoo with that.
An Omega tattoo with your father and grandfather's initials.
Did y'all
Hmm.
believe that? That sounded like it was probably her ex-boyfriend and her initials. That
If
wasn't
it's not, that
Omega.
sounds like a traumatic event that you got your father's name tatted next to an Omega's hat. Like, what in the let me sit down and talk to a therapist is going on? What is
Girl.
It was especially because I don't think she's Greek, right?
she's not. That's why I was like, this is weird.
So it's not even like, oh well, like
No,
you're
and even
totally
this
out
is
of the
weird.
game.
It's weird. It's
The
weird.
whole thing is weird. Woman tatting Greek things on you is weird, period, I think. So
Exactly. Exactly.
anywho, on that note, we can pretty much wrap up how we're feeling about the show sentiment. We're up to episode number 4. And we're still hanging in there, ladies. We're hanging tough. We've got our notes. It's not giving what it needs to give, but it's not making us turn off the TV either. So we're going to continue bringing you our commentary. We're excited to hear what you think. If you're watching and you want to reach out to us, you can follow us on our social media platforms, which will be posted in the description bar below. Or you can reach out back if you're watching on Crowdcast. You can actually reply back right here. And we'll be back next week. We're going to aim for another Monday recording session, maybe, hopefully. And then we're missing our fourth member of our panel, and hopefully she'll be back next week as well. So, and the shows, let's hope, ladies, that the shows are going to give us something more to discuss next week. You know, let's hope that these roommates are good on Martha's Vineyard. And let's hope that the ladies on the Real Housewives of Atlanta are going to bring it as well. We are also discussing the Real Housewives of Atlanta on this same channel. So check out those episodes as well. And until next time, we are out. Anything else, ladies, before we say peace out until the next time?